Hi, C. We're going to call you C for this because you've removed your information for me. Thank you very much. It's really great when I can make a video and others can see it and learn from it. Just so you know, if you hear chirping, there's chirping going on over here, and you'll probably hear some from down here, as there are two little birds that are out of their cage and need to have the time out before I have to leave. So if there's some distractions going on, that's who's doing it. All right, I'm going to start on your resume here. All right, I see you removed your personal info. That's fine, as long as you have your name, your general city and state location, and phone number, email. That's generally all you need for that. I'm sure you already have that. All right, project manager, experienced project leader with successful track record managing high profile. Okay, you've got an executive statement here. High value projects for a diverse range of clients, Fortune 500 businesses, multinational companies, small and mid-sized operators, in various industries and highly regulated environments. Bit of a long sentence, but this is the executive summary, so totally fine. Skilled in delivering complex initiatives under tight deadlines, leading diverse teams, and effectively communicating project updates to stakeholders. Strategic and analytical thinker with customer-centric approach, driving cost savings, efficiencies, and cross-functional collaboration. Okay, I see necessarily nothing wrong. This would not give me any pause until I read further in your resume. So yeah, this looks good. It's very wordy, but that's actually fine depending on the rest of your resume. So we're going to go ahead and skip that. We're also going to skip the professional skills part. What are you chirping about suddenly? What? And you're chirping too. Why are you chirping? Why? So this is Freya. She's 6 and she hates the camera. And then there's Ginny up there who's chirping her head off, and she's 1. And all right, so yeah, this doesn't give me any pause, but I'm going to go ahead and skip professional skills because this only makes sense to me lower in the resume, and then we can come back to these. All right, I'm going to pause it and figure out why they're chirping. Okay, went ahead and put the birds away because they decided they wanted to fly around and be crazy. So they went downstairs in their cage. Okay, so Los Angeles Unified School District, current job, have had it for 2 years or so. Cool. Resource program specialist, successfully managed a caseload of 30 plus individuals employing project management principles to ensure personalized support, optimize student outcomes, and meet strict timelines. Great, you have worded this for project manager, even though you're basically a sort of teacher. Yeah, I see the project manager sort of focus here, which is exactly what you're going for. All right. Led cross-functional collaborations with parents, applying project management techniques. Oh, there's a weird comma there. To provide coaching and strategies that improve student performance and satisfaction. Design and deliver 12 plus courses utilizing project management methodologies to meet deadlines, manage resources, effectively contribute to student academic and personal development. Advocated during due process hearings, applying project management. Okay, so one small thing here. You have project management in every single line. You don't need that. You only really need to mention project management in 2, maybe 3 places on your resume. And I would say, actually, since that is your focus, since it looks like you're wanting to go for a project management position, you would, of course, mentioning it 2 or 3 places over the whole course of your resume would be fine. But you never need to mention anything more than once, and I'd say twice is fine. 3 times, it's getting a little too much, like, punching me in the face with the same thing. But I get that you do need to have that focus on your resume. So let's just remove, 2 or 3 of these words, project management, throughout. If it's anywhere else, remove a few of them and make sure you have no more than 3 times you're saying just those 2 words. See, you've got it here as well. So you really, with this, and then you had literally like 1 line here, and that right there proves to me as a recruiter, that proves to me enough that you have that skill. So I don't need it, punched in my face every line. So just take it out. Utilizing methodologies. Applying I say applying project management skills to streamline processes. Sure, but so you might leave it there, but you could then say applying techniques to providing coaching. Employing, I would definitely keep it in this first sentence here, and then keep it in either this one or this one where you have the word applying, and then if you've got it one more to one time here, then just reword this so it doesn't have to say that again. All right. The rest of it is fine. All right. Successfully, all right. Senior Suppliance Governance Associate, contract through Spectraforce. This isn't necessarily information that's necessary, but I'm fine with you leaving it. It's fine to have. It's just I don't care that it's a contract through Spectraforce. Like it doesn't really tell me anything specific. Like it's just like, oh, so it was through a different company. Okay, it doesn't give me anything. It's just like, oh, okay, that's good to know. But it's not really doing anything bad for your resume either. I'm just being like really specific and almost pedantic. And I do this for people's resumes so they know what like little red flags could come up in a recruiter's brain when they're reading somebody's resume. And that would not be necessarily a red flag by itself, but I'm over specific over pedantic with stuff like this just to see if it helps. All right, successfully led 30 plus global suppliers in delivering R&D projects across multiple categories. Across multiple categories tells me nothing. Remove that. It just adds no value. So just after R&D projects, demonstrating strong project management. There you go with that word, project management skills. Take it out at this point. Demonstrating something in a complex and global environment. See, this doesn't add really much value, and it's actually just punching me in the face again. So I would just go ahead and take it out. Coordinate diverse SMEs. SME, as a recruiter, I would not know what that is because I'm trying to fill for like 200 jobs. I've got check boxes. I may not know what SME means because I'm not in the world of trying to fill that one job. I'm trying to get this resume to the person that is in the world. So I would need that spelled out the first time, and after that you can shorten it from any other time you may say that, which hopefully is no more than twice within the whole rest of your resume. So coordinate diverse whatever SME is. And you could put, spell it out and then just put SME. In operation management meetings, driving strategic discussions, defining supplier metrics, and facilitating decision making, resulting in efficient project execution. Seems like a lot of buzzwords. Deriving strategic discussions, defining supplier metrics. You've got the keywords, but it feels like a lot of buzzwords here. Where it's almost like from this point, I'm starting to see all the way up. I'm starting to see a tendency to overwrite this to make it sound like you're a higher level executive than you are. But I mean, you've got the skill, like I'm seeing the skills in here, so I would say possibly you're fine. But I get the sense, I'm starting to get that, gut feeling that you've overwritten it, making it higher and loftier sounding than it really needs to be. And when I see higher and loftier sounding things and I get that gut feeling, that's a red flag in a recruiter's brain. And it's definitely a red flag for me, but for different reasons. But it's a red flag in a recruiter's brain that you're hyping things up, possibly lying, that you're making yourself look better than you are. So this is starting to give me that red flag, but you do have the skills. I don't doubt that. It's just starting to feel. I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing it a little bit, but I'm starting to feel that red flag gut. Okay. Hold on that. Don't worry. I'll make recommendations to you after that, so that way we can change it. Yeah. Achieve a remarkable 15% improvement. See, again, the word remarkable, 15% improvement. See, there's another bit of that gut feeling, red flag, that you're overhyping yourself to sound better than you are. All right, improvement in on-time delivery despite global supply chain challenges caused by COVID lockdowns. Yeah, proactively documenting action items and implementing solutions to mitigate potential shortages. Girl, you're overhyping this. You're overhyping yourself. All right, partner with C-suite and senior management. That right there, which sounds like it would be an overhype, but it isn't, because if that's who you worked with, then that's who you worked with. To implement change, considering the impact on all teams and systems, showcasing effective leadership and project management capabilities. You're overhyping yourself. This, in its sense, would not be the overhype. It's the rest of it. It's definitely the rest of it. All right, enhance supplier satisfaction by 20% through focused supplier governance and purchase order management, optimizing supplier performance, and fostering strong relationships. Yeah, this one, a little bit of overhype, but this one doesn't seem as bad. I would kind of guess it doesn't seem as bad compared to all the rest of it. So there might be some overhype, but might be. Enhanced supplier satisfaction by 20%. How's that metric determined? Through focused supplier governance and purchase order management. Oh, see, I understand that part. Focused supplier governance, I'm a little fuzzy on what that actually means. Optimizing supplier performance and fostering strong relationships. That part's probably fine. That's your I did this, so this happened part. And while there's a lot of that in your writing, and usually that would be a what I would call sugar. It's like trying to be a skill, but it isn't. For your resume, it's totally fine. The sugar, what I mean by sugar is I have this like system in my mind of meat, fat, sugar, and garnish. And what you want on your resume is a lot of meat, a little bit of fat, which is like clarifying information for that meat. And then sugar is like trying to be skills, but it isn't. And garnish is extra verbiage that doesn't even need to be there at all, such as the words as needed, as called upon, or there's tons of like potential like extra words that you don't need. For you, I'm not saying that at all. Garnish is not a problem here. I'm seeing sugar, and I'm seeing fat that's been trumped up to be a lot of meat more than anything. Okay. Implemented process improvement initiatives resulting in 10% boost in operational efficiency and cost reduction. See, now this doesn't give me the exact skills you have, but it's trying to be a skill. Yeah, demonstrating effective project management takes. I see you're mentioning problem, but there's that word again, and resource optimization. This is sugar. This is or fat really. It's mostly sugar. It's not telling me any skills you have. Yeah, I see this really you have a very complex way you have overwritten yourself. This, I think that from what I'm seeing right here, I would not, as a recruiter, put you forth into any positions, and because there's too many gut things going on here. That gut feeling is telling me this person's lying. This person's trumping themselves up a lot. Yeah. All right. Project management and client success manager, West Coast. Managed initiatives to supply data-driven solutions and management solutions to healthcare and pharmaceutical companies, showcasing strong. All right, just take out. At this point, just take out this right here. The rest of this was absolutely fine. And by absolutely fine, I mean not as good as it could be, but like in general, this would be fine. It's just I need some more clarification as to what initiatives. Manage initiatives. I think you can describe these a lot more, which would bring out a lot more of your potential skills. Manage and supervise teams across 50 states and over 30 plus countries, demonstrating strong leadership. right, this right here is totally fine as is, actually quite nice. That's a nice, strong skill. The rest of it just completely detracts from it at this point. Okay, oversaw 100 projects valued at $2 million in total, ensuring successful delivery and a profitability of 35% or greater. At least 3 times the profitability of most projects in a new region, given the high cost of recruiting healthcare professionals. You know, I'm actually fine with this one. It's wordy, but it's full, like that gives a lot of context for this oversaw 100 project value. Yeah, all right. You can keep that one as is. Conducted a thorough review of processes for 5 departments, identified and addressed deficiencies and bottlenecks, implemented changes to improve collaboration between teams, and ultimately okay, this is fine. I just don't know your actual skills in it here. You've written this in just such an overarching way that I can't see what you actually physically did. A lot of this is happening within your resume, and it's confusing the hell out of me. And I do resumes quite frequently. As a career consultant, I help people identify what their skill set is, more importantly, and then build resumes from there. But when I look at resumes and see where people are going, I see all of these, little issues here and there. Usually they're small, easy to change, or they're just like, okay, hold up, start over. You've overthought it. I have a feeling that you've overthought this and overarched everything to hype yourself up, to convey authority, to convey your knowledge and expertise. And I still don't really know what you're capable of with this whole thing. You've obviously led teams. You've obviously led initiatives. But that doesn't help me check off the boxes of saying, hey, I need somebody that knows this program name and that they've led teams. Okay, I can check that box. And I've got, all right, so there's project management, but I need to see that they've used Salesforce. Okay, I can't see Salesforce in here, so I can't check that one. But project management, sort of, so maybe I write a little 50% there. I might give you a call, but I'm not really clear on what you have. Okay. I'm seeing that here. I haven't even, You've got these percentages in here, which is great. And I get why people, a lot of people say, a lot of recruiters, resume writers and all that say, put numbers in your, numbers without context make no sense. Numbers even with context but no direct skills make no sense. See, achieve 98% client satisfaction, how did you get that metric? How did you get that metric? That seems like absolute bullshit. You just brought in off at the top of your head. Red flag, you made shit up. I can't prove that. Therefore, I'm going to probably pass you up. All right. I'm going to assume that the rest of it is very similar because I'm seeing this over and over and over again. Yeah, I'm pretty clear that you desperately need to start from the ground up. HOA board consultant. Oh, okay. Messing with the formatting there. See, that's just fine. This is just a little bit of wonderful there. HOA. Everybody hates HOAs, but very clear. Identified and selected vendors. Audited invoices and budgets, resulting in 15% decrease. All right. See right there, that's a nice, just quick little number. This makes sense. All right, cool. I'm good with that number. Implemented penalties for breaches of HOA rules, increasing revenue by 5%. That's not necessarily a good thing, but I get where you're going with it in the resume. It makes sense. Define strategic partnerships to support corporate development initiatives. This tells me nothing about your skills. Recommended solutions for organization-wide issues. That doesn't tell me what you did or what you created, what organization-wide issues, what issues did they have? See, this raises more questions than answers for me. Establish KPIs according to organizational priorities and compile key lessons learned. These two words are absolutely fine up until this, which doesn't describe that at all. Cultural issues. That's fine. Yeah. Teams have to identify knowledge gaps and recommend solutions to mitigate these shortfalls. Sure, for this particular additional experience, yeah, this is totally fine. In this way, this makes more sense, even though it's not a specific job that you can like list down more detail or with more like things that clarify what you specifically did. Prepared salary survey and recommended changes to enhance retention and improve the company's. Yeah. These three make way more sense to me than all of this. Okay, education, MBA, and then, okay, your education, totally fine from there. Great. Now you've got definitely a full yeah, your resume is really, really full and really packed, but it's overpacked. It's just overpacked with verbiage that doesn't matter and with sugar, things trying to be skills when it isn't. A lot of stuff. Yeah. Okay, so now going back up to this all makes sense, but it's not. Yeah, this makes sense, and the whole rest of your resume is completely written like that. You're absolutely fine here because this is supposed to be the overall nugget of information, and then the rest of this needs to be clear skills only. All right. Then the professional skills, yes, you've got them. Do I see all of these in there? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So you've even got your technical skills here. This stuff right here is what I need to see down below. How you used those things. Where you used those things. Girl, I would so just completely... this is a great history, but not a great way to present yourself. Okay. I am so sorry. Like, I recognize that you've put your heart and soul into this. You have had a lot of experience. You've probably had a lot of people telling you a certain way with a resume, and I don't blame them. A lot of people are really bad at recognizing what a resume is supposed to be, including people in our same field. So they overwrite it, they overhype it, they overdo those numbers, they put in all of those bits of info that aren't really helping a recruiter see your stuff. And we are a recruiter-based system now. Yes, there's still hirers that go out and look at resumes, but in general, most hirers and most people in charge of HR have all of this other shit on their plate, so they contract out recruiters to go find resumes for them that kind of match what they're looking for. They give them a list of stuff to say, all right, match people with this and give us the top 10. And then the recruiter goes out and tries to find people like you and try to match those boxes, and then gives those, the top 10 most matching check-boxed people back to the hirer. The hirer then reads over it, tries to understand what's going on, and then either throws them out or gives a call. We have to talk to the recruiter brain, not the hirer brain. But I do recognize that you are very high up in the industry from your general project management list. However, me as a recruiter, I would not be putting you forward because I have no idea what you actually do. It's all just overarching. While I see your technical skills, I don't know how you used them. When I mentioned Salesforce earlier, the only place you have the word Salesforce is right here, instead of down here, wherever you actually use that program. And that would be more valuable. So here is what I'm going to recommend. So yes, I am a career consultant. I work one-to-one with people. I work independently of all systems. I've tossed out the general playbook that most recruiters and most hirers and most other career consultants, or even especially resume writers. I've tossed that book out of not just out of the window, but literally off the planet, by saying, screw that, that's not working for people. It's causing people to fail, it's causing people to flounder, and nobody knows why. So instead, I rewrote the whole system, and that's why I can see resumes as clearly as I do, I think. Even when they confuse me, like yours is, I'm still seeing the problems and trying to identify them to see if it helps you. My system goes purely off of direct skills by identifying the skills first, This whole resume is kind of, I don't want to say this, but like, we need to trash this resume. And I am so sorry, because I'm sure that you just felt like gut punched. And I recognize you put everything into this. And you're still like, me saying we need to trash this is probably a huge gut punch. I recognize that, and I'm so sorry. But we need to take this completely off the plate and start from scratch and identify the core skills, the core things that you did on a little bit by little bit basis. Daily, weekly, whatever you did. We need to write this out from the actual physical thing. You moved a mouse, you walked, you know, like starting really that small and building it up from there until we've determined all of those potential skills. Then we can use those to copy and paste and drop and tweak to the job that you're looking for that matches what they are saying they need in their little checkbox range of stuff, if that makes sense. I would highly recommend you going through my course that does that. This resume is not clear enough, and I am just absolutely so confused by it that I would just trash it as a recruiter. If we could clarify your core skills, stuff that you've got right here, and pretty much all of this, and probably some of that, if we were to clarify that, you could probably keep this section fine. We'll see after building everything up again. We need to get you a core skills list and build a resume off of that, so you take out the overwritten, hyped up, trumped up, making yourself look better, super numbers and percentages based resume you've got here. Okay. Why don't we have a call? If you're interested, and if I haven't just completely destroyed your self-confidence and you completely just don't know what to do, or you absolutely don't agree with me whatsoever and think I'm absolutely bullshitting you, which some people do. They're like, no, I've had this rewritten by professionals and high-grade career consultants and all that. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Go back to them and ask them what's going wrong. And if they say there's nothing wrong, but you're getting nothing, then most likely you need a different playbook. They're operating off of a bad playbook, because even though it's still a numbers game in our society, you know, with how many jobs are out there, yes, it's still a numbers game. But if you're hearing nothing back, that's a problem. If you've put out 10 resumes and you hear one back, that's actually a pretty good percentage. If you put out 100 resumes and you hear one back, there's something wrong. There's something definitely wrong. So let's have a call. If you're interested after seeing this video, let's have a call and see if I can clarify some additional stuff. I can explain my course a little bit more, see if it does fit you like I think it does, and get you completely thinking in a different track about your own skills. I'm going to leave it at that, and I seriously hope that you do get something, even if you don't agree, and you take this on to other people and get further advice. I do hope that it gives you some, get you something and finally get you a job in the industry that you want. But if not, yeah, let's have a call and see if we can get you something completely different. And most of the people that have gone through my course have gotten hired within 3 months in a job of their dreams, or at least a job, especially for these really young people that are really just starting out. They've got hired in a job, which is like the whole point of the course. Okay, I'll leave it at that, and I will say, see you later.